Well, it's April 15th, 2018. I'm here at the blue heron nest on Palma Sola Bay. It's been almost 2 months for these guys up in this nest. First noticed them hatched at the end of February, I think February 28th to be exact, and ever since they've been growing and prepping for flight, and now it's April 15th and they seem ready. It's just we've had a lot of wind here over the last, since the start of the year. It's been extremely windy, and if I were them, I'd be scared to leave the nest as well, because the wind is kicking, and the nest isn't that large. The one that's in the foreground was, baby in the foreground was standing on that thick branch to the right for a little while, and then he just climbed back down in the nest next to his kin, his sibling. So the two of them are just riding out this heavy wind on this Sunday morning, April 15, 2018. Intermittent clouds. I've been riding the bike into the wind. It's a vicious wind from the south. It's hard to ride a bike, so I can't imagine how hard it is for these little guys who are trying to launch for the first time out of that tiny nest so high up. The elevation here is pretty impressive. It's like, I would imagine 30 yards up. That's quite a 25 to 30 yards high. And you can hear the wind gusting. And that nest is really swaying around. I'll try to keep the camera in one place so you can tell. Look how the nest is going from side to side. And I'm not moving the camera at all, and it's really, look at that. The nest is really swaying. I'm going to prop it up right here so you can get a better idea. Yeah, they have to be so freaked about wanting to or needing to fly out of that nest. But the more they grow, the larger they get, the smaller the nest gets, and so they're in a bit of a conundrum here. I'll miss them when they're gone for sure. I've watched them since they were tiny little white fluffs of feathers after they hatched. It's been really fun to watch this whole process. Wish I could tag them and follow their lives, but yeah, they have their backs to the wind right now. They're not facing the wind. Normally they're facing the water. That's the interesting part here. So they've adapted to the wind. They're usually looking down into the water, facing the south, with their backs to the north. That's most of the pictures I've taken of them are that way, but they are definitely facing the north, and with their winds to the back to keep them probably the most stable, so they don't rock that way as much. It is really swaying, you can see. The camera held still, side to side, up and down. And they're both huddled together now, like they're in some kind of an amusement ride with the wind. Such beautiful birds. Here at Hotel Blue Heron off of Palma Sola Bay. It's a beautiful area. It's a beautiful area here. The wind knocked this tree down here a couple of weeks ago. And there's another tree down over there too. So there's some trees that have been knocked down over the last couple of months. More trees here on this property of this home being built right off of the bay. There's a bridge up there that allows the water, or there's a little inlet there where it's a private neighborhood boat docking area, and a lot of manatees settle there in the winter time because it's shallow and warm, and the manatees are trying to find shallow warm warmth. So I'm gonna film here for a couple of more minutes and then I'm gonna head out. But like I said, it's been a lot of fun watching these little guys grow, and I'm glad to see that they've survived some heavier winds than this, and some rain last weekend, which was rain and windy. So they can get knocked out of a nest like this pretty routinely. I wonder, there were other nests in this tree, and I wonder how many of those nests were just spun right out of the tree. These two have lasted, for 2 solid months almost. 7 weeks, I believe. So 7 weeks sitting in there growing. Waiting for their chance to get away. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. I'll come back and see you later. Have a nice morning.